What's up, guys? Quadron here. I'm going to be bringing you a Phantom Assassin game that I played yesterday with a few friends. So this is an all-random game, and so obviously an all-randoms tends to happen that people pick heroes that they're not very good at and stuff like that. But I have had a few games of PA, and so this is going to be kind of just a guide for general new players looking to play PA. This is not going to be a super advanced guide to PA. This is going to be my basic build, what I like to do with her. So I start with a Stout Shield, a Quelling Blade, Healing Salve, Tango, and 2 Ironwood Branches, and this is because I have random gold. Normally I would say probably a Stout Shield, Quelling Blade, and probably Tangos, because it's just, you need to have that constant regen, and in the situation where you're being harassed a lot, generally you want to rush Ring of Health anyway. And you may just get a casual Ring of Health simply because it's going to be a lot better. It'll really help you survive in the lane because you can get a lot of harass. So my typical build order is Dagger first, just because it has an 8-second cooldown and you can really use this to CS in a lane. Now, I should have walked down straight down this way, but I was trying to get a dagger there over the trees, and it was out of range. But I think we're going to get first blood here. So you get the dagger off, and that just allows Pudge to catch up. And he gets first blood. And one of the big things about PA is that she has very, very low base damage, only at 47 starting base damage. So last hitting with her can be a real pain in the ass if you don't have a Quelling Blade. I mean, 47's enough, but you have to really know how to last hit in order to get it. And so Quelling Blade just helps you get into that more normal 70-ish damage for a melee. So anyway, so second level, I get Phantom Strike. If you're being harassed a lot, maybe get Blur. But the great thing about Phantom Strike is that you can blink to friendly creeps or heroes. So if you are feeling threatened at all, and I went ahead and started trading with him because I had a creep wave backing me, and he can't trade with me and the creep wave effectively. So that's why I traded with him. So now he's low, so he can't be too aggressive, or he might risk dying. Now I am going to be against a dual lane here. And so that means that I need to be super careful to not get caught out. Like if CM actually gets where she freezes me, what's that called again? I don't ever play CM, so a Frostbite, duh, and Crystal Nova's her other skill. But so I get a second level in Stifling Dagger because I know I'm going to need the last hit. And the great thing about Stifling Dagger as you level it up is that the mana cost goes down, only down to 15 for a 8-second 180 damage nuke. That can also use coup de grace. That's basically, I'll go over her skills really quick because this is kind of a beginner's guide to PA. So with Stifling Dagger, it can potentially crit as soon as you get level 6, meaning that you can do sometimes 400 and something damage, I think, at level 1 with it. So 180 times 250%. Yeah, so that's why leveling Stifling Dagger is partially good. Another reason is you can just use it to do tremendous damage in a fight. If you can kite your enemies properly, use Stifling Dagger every time it's off of cooldown, and then blink to them as you can. Now, I do think if you're going for an early fighting build, getting 1 level in Blur, maxing Dagger, and then maxing Phantom Strike next is probably the best way to get a kind of a battling build going. Now notice I did pick up a magic stick right away, and this is going to help me sustain in the dual lane that has like spell harass. So Crystal Maiden's going to constantly be spamming it, Elder Titan's going to be spamming his Astral Spirit all the time, and that's just going to give me lots of HP back for very little gold investment. So I already have 4 charges, and I've only had it for like a minute or something like that. So, and against a solo lane like this, you want to get boots, magic stick, and again, they're just going to constantly harass me. And I cannot go up the lane. I cannot go in within range of Crystal Maiden right now. They're zoned out, or they're zoning me out. So Crystal Maiden has a certain spell range, like it's like this much probably, like around 600 units. Here, I'll just highlight it really quick. So. This is her spell range that I cannot go within. If I go within it, I could potentially die, or at least take lots and lots of damage. And so we decided to Pudge is ganking here. He misses the hook. which is actually pretty big. So I cannot commit anymore, but I can kite her around, and I can use my low cooldown spells to basically get away. If I manage to salve up, he thinks he can kill Pudge, but since I salved, I can go back in. And we managed to pick him up. So it was quite nice. Little team fight engagement there, and Spirit Breaker's coming in, and I decide to get a Ring of Health, and I think I do build Battle Fury eventually, but not before I finish BKB this game. And the reason I'm going just this is more like a casual Ring of Health. I'm not rushing Battle Fury, and the reason I'm doing this is because I'm taking so much lane harass that this is going to help me like just sit in lane and use my dagger over and over again to just get CS. So, and I was a little late on that dagger there, and I went ahead and maxed the dagger. And the main reason I'm maxing dagger is because the mana cost goes down so much, and the damage really goes up. At level 6, you could potentially do a massive nuke for only 15 mana. So I think it's tremendous. And if he had more levels in the stomp there, he would have slept me long enough to keep me down. So that way CM could get range for her frostbite, but he just didn't have enough levels in it, which is fine because normally you honestly don't level Stomp as Elder Titan. He's kind of got a weird build going on. Maybe I don't think leveling Stomp is worth it. Usually just maxing these two first, with Astral Spirit being the priority, and then Natural Order, and then level 9 you get your ulti. Maybe get your ulti a little bit earlier if you're trying to rotate and gank or something. But you definitely don't get Stomp usually, because only 1 or 2 levels in Stomp is kind of worthless, and you kind of need like 3 or 4 levels in Stomp to be truly effective. Otherwise, it's only. See, I don't think that they can kill me here. They just don't have the damage potential yet, unless they were able to like kind of both come around and start whacking on me and kind of bloody block me as they were coming at me. So now I'm able to last hit these creeps. Actually incredibly easy with the dagger, and it's only 15 mana. It's such a good skill. It's probably the most damage low cost nuke. That's a 450 damage crit there, which is really nice. And the dagger is pure damage, so armor and magic resistance are not applied to dagger. So I think that's really important. Anyway, so. I'll also kind of go over the skills, how I recommend leveling and why. So again, max dagger, 1 level in blur at level 4, and then you get Phantom Strike at level 2, I believe. Yeah, Phantom Strike level 2, and so right there you saw them going on me. I backed up away from them, away from a creep, and then I blinked to a creep so that they could not get me, or so they had to like kind of chase me around. And it's so important to, like, if I had not done that, if I had just ran straight back, I might have died there. But running kind of up into this corner and then jumping back towards the tower was actually pretty huge. So I'm going to be going Phase Boots next, and Phase Boots just basically give you some like really massive early game damage, because they give you that plus 24, and basically you want to build on PA like straight damage items usually, or a survivability item plus damage, because you can get your attack speed from Phantom Strike, and Phantom Strike is such a low cooldown attack speed boost that you get 100% attack speed bonus for 4 attacks, and it's only 5-second cooldown, so you can literally just like jump from person to person as you kill them, and you have basically max attack speed. Now I did buy the TP scroll in kind of panic mode because I thought I might die, to make sure I spent my gold. You always want to make sure you try to spend your gold. It's called buying out in Dota 2. So I'm again trying to be maxing my Phantom Strike. Now I don't think that they can kill me unless I were to overcommit to them, but I'm pretty sure we're trying to kill them right now. So I've got my Phase Boots on the way right now, and I've managed to pick up 33 last hits in a 2-on-1 lane so far at 8 minutes and 45 seconds. I think that's pretty good. Obviously I don't have hardly any denies, but okay, so Timbersaw came up, and very nice. We managed to get a kill. My teammates worked together pretty well, I would say. In these, I played like 3 games with them, 4 games, something like that. I also played an Ember Spirit game that I think I'm also going to cast that. But they're really funny, so I might try to do a like a in-game commentary where you can kind of hear us talking. This disruptor's not level 6, so I'm not worried about it. If he had used his disruptor ulti there, that would have been really painful, but he did not, so. Trying to make sure I do not aggro the tower. And I managed to pick up the disruptor kill there. I probably should have jumped in there a little bit sooner. I'm being charged by Spear Picker right now. And so I'm trying to stay near the creep wave so I can always blink away. But I guess that didn't work out because the range creep on the other side of the tower just died right before I was about to blink because it got the tower aggro. But so now they decided to change focus over to Nature's Prophet. And so if you notice there, I dropped my dagger in right before I blinked in. That'll basically slow them and allow you to instantly jump them the moment they're slowed, like when the dagger lands. So I probably honestly should have waited to send my dagger out, if possible. So Spirit Breaker's a lot tankier, that's why I decided to go for Crystal Maiden instead. Because it's going to be a lot harder to kill Spirit Breaker, plus he has potential of escaping with a disruptor, or sorry, a charge. And this fight has just lasted forever. And thankfully, like whenever they've targeted me, I've managed to de-aggro them by basically jumping away, like when Spirit Breaker, or running away, and kind of like really good zoning. I felt like I did a good job, kind of taking away their aggro and then jumping back in when they were trying to focus another target and getting a kill, and then jumping back in again. So now I've got 1,400 gold. Obviously my last hits have been reduced quite a bit because of all the fighting, but I've got a lot of hero gold and hero experience, so level 10.5 by 11 minutes in, I think that's pretty good. So, and I see that they're fighting again here, lots and lots of fighting this game. So I'm not going to go into the CM until her ulti is down, and then I'm going to jump right as it finishes, and Timbersaw manages to slow her down for me, and I managed to blink out of the whatever it's called, the disruptor lightning wall kinetic field is what it's called. So Pudge gets disrupted back, so I decided to try to help him as best I can. Now I'm jumping in on a target that is their squishiest target, and one of the main reasons he's so squishy, low HP and low armor. That's going to allow me to do a lot of damage because my attacks are physical. And now Spirit Breaker, I can basically man up with him at this point because I'm 3 levels above him, and he basically can't do anything about it. And if he had charge plus his ultimate, he'd be able to chain stun me and I wouldn't get my attacks off. But because he didn't, obviously I was able to basically clean him up as well, even though he thought he had me. So I've got 2,600 gold now, only 12 minutes in. And their tower is really low, and it is within deny range. I checked there. 130 is the deny HP. If it's below 130, then you can deny it. It's basically 10% of the tower. So for tier 2s and tier 3s, it's 160. Here, I'll go to free camera, and you can see the HP on these. So it's 160 is the deny range for those tier 2s and tier 3s. I think yeah, all the tier 3s, tier 4s, tier 2s are all the same. So. So I'm going to go straight BKB this game, and the reason is because Disruptor basically will be able to kill me. Disruptor and Crystal Maiden and Elder Titan, all of those guys, their primary source of damage is definitely magical. And this is really dangerous. Okay, so they kind of all, again, I managed to pick somebody off by focusing someone in the back. Like, they're all trying to get my teammates in the front. And so by me jumping in on someone in the back, I basically get to pick someone off for free. So it's very important to know how to pick targets. And I think I don't think that that particular kill was very skill-based. That was all very luck-based, because it was just really fortunate for me that they were not focusing me in that situation. They would have gone to the high ground above the tower. So now I usually try to bring HP. Whenever I buy BKB, I usually go for the Ogre stick, unless I'm just ridiculously far ahead, then I'll get the Mithril Hammer and use that as priority. But just getting HP is, like, in my opinion, the best thing at this point for me. And I can jungle fairly effectively at this point because I do have the Ring of Health. And I do have Blur, and I've got a good level in Blur, so notice that my HP basically doesn't go down hardly while I'm clearing this camp. And you can use your Phantom Strike to basically help you attack faster in the jungle, and you can use your 15 HP nuke to obviously jungle faster, and I'm not doing it here. I wouldn't say that I'm an expert PA player, but I've just got, like, I feel like I've got the basics down for the hero, and I can therefore help. And the other reason I'm doing this right now is that I want to make sure that I finish my BKB before, like right now I just finished BKB, before I fight again, because if I die I'll lose like 500 or 600 gold, and that'll be huge for preventing me from finishing my BKB, and that's like a crucial timing for me. Now I decided to come back. I should have probably TP'd in there sooner, but I really did not want to fight until my BKB was done, because like if you it's such a huge setback. If you have tons of unreliable gold and you die, you're just going to be like, so, you know, it's just a big deal. So I was trying to play super careful. So now I've got BKB, and I am going to go ahead and jungle, and I cannot Phantom Strike the big creep, so I'm going to Phantom Strike the small creep, and then just attack the big creep with my increased attack speed. So they decide that they want to fight again, so he's going to try to hook somebody. And I managed to get a crit with the dagger, and that did like 300 and something damage pure, which is pretty huge. I'm stuck here, and I see right here I make a huge mistake. I should have used my BKB there, and I was like, I shouted in Skype chat, I am such an idiot. So obviously I should have popped my BKB there, and it was just silly. So if I had popped my BKB, I would have been able to get out of the kinetic field and just kind of avoid the Elder Titan ulti, and then I'd be able to jump back in. But basically they managed to drop their ultis on me and kill me off when I should have survived. And we managed to clean up 4 of them for the cost. So let's just go ahead and take a look at some of the other players' item builds this game. So looks like Spirit Breaker is going straight for a BKB. That's not a bad build. I feel like if you're really snowballing hard and you've got a big advantage with Spirit Breaker, usually you go Mask of Madness. And that's just because it'll allow you to solo kill people like constantly. Obviously Mask of Madness is not good for 5-on-5 fighting because other people will focus you while you're going in. But so CM, I don't, this is the game where she goes Veil. Disruptor. And I don't think Veil is a terrible item. I think actually Veil is a really good item. I think CM though probably needs to pick up a mech instead. And maybe let like Disruptor pick up a Veil. I don't know. The reason Veil's so good in this game is because Elder Titan has a natural order, which will reduce the magic resistance and base armor reduction of basically everybody where the Astral Spirit is nearby. I think it's the Astral Spirit, and it might be him too. Yeah, from nearby enemies. So it's within him or his Astral Spirit, I believe. So it's a huge magic and armor reduction. And so if you have Veil on top of that, you can do tons of extra magic damage, because basically it's like positive magic damage at that point. And so that's why I think Veil is so good with Elder Titan. But this is a game where they're going to benefit so much more from having a mech done early, just because they're having a hard time surviving. But anyway, so going back to me here, I believe I decided to finish up a Battle Fury next, and I'm just checking it out. Like I have no tower nearby, so it's probably not worth me TPing, because any fight that was going on is now going to be done before I even get there. And my teammates are also saying, "Hey, just farm. Don't worry about don't worry about coming to fight right now. Like, we just need you to get, your items." So, it's like if they die, I think it's mostly on them. And I'm gonna go ahead and get my ring of regen, or it's Perseverance. Sorry, not ring of regen, but Perseverance. And I'm trying to bait this Spirit Breaker to go after me, because I know Pudge is like right there. but he cancels his charge. And then if I had stayed high ground, we might have been able to see him. I don't know. It's not worth us chasing though, for sure. And I think we make a mistake here in a moment. Now this disruptor is really isolated, and I make a pretty big error because I have my dagger off cooldown right now, and I don't use it, and then I block the hook as well. So pretty freaking big deal actually. I managed to get my BKB pop that time. If I had popped my BKB a little bit sooner, I don't think I would have died there. I just got the Astral Spirit on me, and that really dropped my HP down, and my armor as well. So pretty big deal. So I definitely made a mistake there that I didn't dagger. I blocked the hook, and then I didn't pop my BKB in time. So really important to do that. So it's something that I can definitely use to improve my game myself. So that's definitely part of the aspect of these videos and analysis is trying to figure out how I can play the heroes better than I already am. Bum bum ba da dum. And I'm dead. So let's check out Sniper. Sniper has a Yasha, which is okay. So he's gonna be going for a Manta this game. And I think Manta is actually a really good item on Sniper. I just don't think it's a good first item. I think you need some kind of damage, like a Desolator and then Manta, or an MKB and then Manta. And so I'm TPing in here. I'm going to go back to my perspective. And now I thought that was going to be enough to kill him, and it was not. So I started to switch targets, which was just silly and stupid of me. So I popped my BKB and blinked to the range creep to get away. And I do manage to get away, thankfully. I was like really close. Now I'm going to drop a dagger on him just to aggro the creeps. Usually the creeps are aggroed by that. Well, only one creep was for some reason. He drops the Veil on us. So now the Astral Spirit does even more damage and all this other crap. So I gotta keep that in mind. And getting caught in the stomp there would be certain death. And we decided to just abandon this top tower and head back. Now I'm only 1,400 gold away from finishing my Battle Fury, and the reason Battle Fury is good on PA is she needs some mana. Okay, well, it's the fight breaking out. So I managed to jump inside of the trees, which was really nice. And your coup de grace is not muted whenever you're in Disruptor ulti or like Doomed, I believe. So like a lot of your passive abilities still work whenever you're inside of like a silence like that. So that's something important to keep in mind, is that you can still fight even when you're ultied like that. And so he decides to drop me a couple of earn charges, which is really nice. And so that means I can just stay farming. So I don't have to go back to base, which is really nice. And obviously having the Perseverance really helps me not have to go back to base as well. This is a situation where I really wish the Nature's Prophet would just let me farm. But at the same time, I did come to his lane. But in general, if I'm ever like right now, I have the #1 farm priority. The TA has #2 farm priority, and the Nature's Prophet has the probably #3. Maybe the Timber Saw is #3. Nature's Prophet might be #4. I don't know. The Nature's Prophet can find farm in places where the other heroes can't, because he has a Shadow Blade and because he can teleport anywhere. So he can, for example, split push or go farm jungle camps much more effectively than basically almost anybody else. So I think it's really important to keep in mind basically who needs the gold for your team to win. And I think that's one of the things that a lot of beginning and intermediate players don't realize. They're like, oh, I had this lane, why are you here? Well, the reason I'm here is because I want our team to win, and I need the gold to finish my Battle Fury, and then we can fight and we can kick their ass. So and I mean, he does leave the lane, so I'm glad he did at least do that. And so right now I'm just trying, again, not to die. Like right now I'm 400 gold, 350 gold away from finishing my Battle Fury. So this is like a crucial time right now. And if I were to die right now, I would lose an insane amount of gold. I've got 970 unreliable gold. So if you don't know, reliable gold and unreliable gold will stay with you even if you die. And unreliable gold will potentially go away whenever you die, kind of as like you just lose gold when you die. I don't think that technically your gold is given to the other team. That's not how it works. They just get like gold off the magical map thing or something. But I'm trying to make sure again I finish my item before I fight again, because if I died right now, it'd be like insanely bad. So I got the item, and now I can feel free to TP. But the fight is over; they're not fighting anymore, so I'm not going to TP.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So my Battle Fury is on the way.
Everyone, go!
Now the reason Battle Fury is really good is because you can obviously cleave, damage an entire enemy team, but also it gives you a good healthy amount of damage and the basic regen that PA needs. Like, she doesn't need that much regen, but it'll help you a lot. Now the other big thing about Battle Fury is that it helps you farm a lot faster. So notice how much faster I kill these creeps. Just by attacking this big creep, I'd like clear out the entire camp in 2 attacks. So it's pretty huge. And also, once you have the Battle Fury, you can start basically one-shotting enemy heroes. So I crit for 1265, which is pretty huge. Now, if you're going for just a team fight item, I feel like a Desolator will give you significantly more damage than a Battle Fury. So if you want to go for pure damage, I think a Deso is a little bit better than the Battle Fury, but Battle Fury basically will help you farm, it'll help you stay on the map longer, and then obviously, especially if you have something that can kind of group people up like a Magnus or a Darkseer, having the Battle Fury will just make you cleave like 3 heroes, or sometimes you accidentally cleave or whatever. So it just helps you farm faster, so it helps you like get your gold up faster. So that's why Battle Fury is a great pickup on PA. And if you're like a really advanced or intermediate player, you probably already know this, but if you're new to Dota 2, this is kind of like just trying to make sure that you're in the loop on why the Battle Fury is picked up instead of some of the other items. If they have like a butterfly, a natural butterfly builder, I don't know, like an anti-mage or maybe a Luna, instead of a Battle Fury, you might consider going MKB if they're rushing a butterfly. If not, you'd probably go for an MKB next rather than first. So we decided to go for Roshan, and we're trying to be sneaky about it, but they don't have wards, so it doesn't matter. But PA is a decent tank for Roshan because she's got blur, which makes it so that you can get, obviously you can use your blur to dodge lots of attacks from Roshan, and it helps you just do it really quickly. And whenever you're doing these camps, you usually want to attack like the big camp, or the biggest creep first, so that when you cleave the other creeps, and they just die by the time the big one is dead. At least that's the idea. So I've got Aegis now. I'm just going to fast forward this because we're just farming. Holy crap. Alright, I'm going to back up just a little bit there. Sorry guys. This is unfortunate. Okay, so they're about to go on us in the jungle here, and I'm really sorry about that. But they're 5-man moving into our jungle, and we are not grouped up properly when they go on us. So I'm really far away, and I hear them going, so I'm coming up. And that disruptor right there looks so juicy right now. But they're all there, so I'm just going to back up. It's very likely that if I went into that, I would probably die twice and lose my Aegis. So I'm just deciding to stay back, not go into that. One of the important parts of playing PA is finding that farm, and I think one of the main ways you do that is if you have a hard lane, you use that dagger to farm CS from a distance. And then you also have the just positioning on the map, and always having a TP so you can obviously be farming another lane while they're pushing. So I decided to go for a Vlad's here. And the reason I'm going for a Vlad's is because with the Astral Spirit and Natural Order, it removes all of my armor. All 12 of my armor is going to be gone anytime I'm around Elder Titan. And so Vlad's is going to give me 5 armor, which is going to make me so much more survivable against the Elder Titan. On top of that, it's going to give me 15% damage and 16% lifesteal. And this will also give lifesteal to Pudge and Timbersaw. And it'll obviously give the same aura armor bonus. to everyone else on on my team. So it really helps against Elder Titan in general, like just like AC does. So I managed. I immediately pop my BKB the moment he pops his. The moment he pops his, whatever it's called. His blade mail. So like the best counter to blade mail is obviously BKB. If you don't know what blade mail is, basically it'll return damage based on just the pure damage that you do to that target. So, and it's not reduced by armor or magic resistance. It's pure damage. So whatever you deal, you get in return. And the only way to counter it is with BKB. So it's really important that I pop my BKB before going in against blade mail, because literally I would just kill myself in like 1 shot or 2 shots against blade mail. So it's really, really important. So we are pushing up. They have 4 dead. I mean, this game, I wouldn't say that it's 100% over, but it's pretty close to over. Once a PA has a Battle Fury and a BKB, and I don't know, like a Lads or something to give her armor or survivability, she will just basically one-shot the enemies unless they have like a heart or like a Heaven's Halberd to make them much more tanky. So while I'm waiting for my teammates to get together and push, I'm just grabbing whatever farm I can, wherever I can. And TA was farming that before I got there, so I'm not going to take her farm. Even though technically I am a higher farm priority, it's just a matter of, I guess, etiquette in that situation. The only reason I would ever go and take someone's farm like that is if I know for sure that I deserve the farm. So I pop the BKB before the stomp goes through, just to ensure that the kill happens. And the other reason I was willing to go in on that was because Spirit Breaker had just charged to the top, so I knew that I didn't have to suffer like getting hit by a Spirit Breaker charge, because I could have potentially died if Spirit Breaker had charged me there. Now I didn't jump CM there because my BKB's on cooldown and I don't want to die. I do have Aegis, so I guess maybe it would have been worth me jumping, but I'm trying to play safe, basically. I'm trying to make good decisions and play safe this game. So we've got 3 bottom. They're just going to be defending this game. Now I'm trying to think. I think my team just needs to group up. Simple as that. I think I go ahead and go for damage. So probably the best damage that you can go for, I'm debating about going for something different. And I almost go for an Abyssal Blade, but instead I decided to go for Basher. I think Basher was the right choice, that or Desolator, because Basher gives you damage, it gives you HP, and it also gives you a really good disable because your Blink Strike, your Phantom Strike will basically almost ensure that you get a bash. Like if you throw a dagger, you Blink Strike, and then you bash them, you attack them 4 times. That's like a 100% chance of actually having a bash go through. Now, obviously, the 100% chance does not always mean that you'll get it, but it's if you get 4 attacks off with a melee chance of 25%, that's like technically should get it on a regular basis, if not always.
Something bad is happening.
Spirit Breaker's charging in. I decided to focus him while he's focusing the Pudge. Now I do have the BKB, and it's hilarious because she didn't use Veil there. That's so funny. So my Aegis wears off, but basically whenever Aegis wears off now, you just get like a regen rune out of it, basically, or like a really good regen rune. And so I managed to pick up like 3 kills there. Did I go? I don't know if I went godlike there or not, but whatever. So we're just pushing now. I think this is basically GG. I think we do a little bit more fighting. I'll just let it kind of play as I talk, but I'm in the process of working on a Legion Commander Advanced Tips. I'm kind of working on it like a couple hours a day. It takes a lot of work because you have to get lots of different clips and narrate it and all this other crap. And I really need to get a better mic. My other mic broke. So if you have any suggestions for a good mic for me to pick up, I would appreciate it. So I just got an Unstoppable there. Now I'm getting that Basher on the Courier, finally. Sorry, I'm got a frog in my throat. There we go. So immediately pop Blade Mail against, or pop PKB against the Blade Mail. It's like super important. and managed to get a pickup there.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
And I think right here I managed to get a basher hit right there. So it's a good example of how the basher is really, really good on PA. I think another decent pickup would have been an AC, just because it would reduce the armor and give us artificial armor as a team against the ET. So if this was like a really close game, rather than getting basher, I might have gone for an AC this game. No, I wouldn't normally say AC is a great pickup on PA. I would say someone else should be getting AC. But
this just
yeah,
in can now
so.
confirm poop all over good guys' top racks.
Period flex. This in, confirmed. Poop all over good guys' top racks. So I decided to go ahead and finish up an Abyssal Blade, which is probably like a really good item pickup. Now I should have thrown the dagger before I got there, but yeah, I mean at this point it doesn't matter. Technically I didn't do the combo right there, but like, I'm really like critical of myself. I like it's yeah. So I've got an Abyssal now. I should use my Abyssal right here. I should use my Abyssal. Use your Abyssal. But I just got my Abyssal, so I'm like, yeah, being silly. He gets the. Now I use my Abyssal, but the magic damage finishes me off. Oh well. Well, that was fun. So basically, I mean, it's GG. I'll just fast forward this so we can get to the end. And I believe I go ahead and I do buy back, or not buy back, but I do buy Boots of Travel. So I pick up Boots of Travel, and I'm going to go ahead and blink in on these guys.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I think I just bashed him there. I didn't use the actual Abyssal.
See beyond the phantom veil.
Critting for 1688. This is like PA is such a fun hero. Like when you get those crits, it just feels like so satisfying. Now I'm going to this side of the racks just because I want to be able to jump him if I get an opportunity to. And I should have used Abyssal there. I was being so like I just got Abyssal and I'm not used to using it, but I should have used Abyssal. That was a free kill. I think I realized that. Do I realize it? Use Abyssal. Use Abyssal. I don't even need Abyssal apparently to kill him. And I'm just like, I'm gonna say YOLO, I'm gonna just go because the Ancient's about to die. But anyway guys, if you have any questions about PA or like want to know what I think about a certain item or whatnot, feel free to ask me in the comments. I do check, I'll read all the comments, so and feel free to give me feedback about my commentary and how I can do better, get better at this, because I do want to get better. So anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. This is basically over. As soon as it gets to the end scene, there we go. But I think this is a really fun PA game, and yeah. So I managed to go 24 and 14, so pretty damn good game as PA. And I don't think I played perfect. I can definitely do better, but pretty good, but pretty fun game. Anyway guys, subscribe for more videos like this, and I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you guys soon. Quadron out.